Fuck me. I am just in a low mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're
like I need an upper of some sort. And, and caffeine's not cutting it.
We'll get you some. Yellow Jackets. The next truck stop.
Yeah, it'll make my heart explode.
Trucker speed. You know.
Next stop will be the emergency room.
We go over to the Hell's Angels clubhouse, see if we can get you any crank.
That might do the trick.
Here's your line.
Howdy, denizens of the world. Crazy Jason here.
Other Jason over here.
And welcome to Kakalaki Movie Madness once again, baby. And you
motherfuckers thought it was going to be
another
years.
2.5 years. But here we are. And not only that, guess what we're pulling into?
We are going to Mr. K's.
That's right. Not Mr. Unnamables.
Not Mr. Unnamables, not Mr. Unmentionables.
Right.
Not any of the other very lewd, probably no longer politically correct names that I had for it.
Straight up Mr. K's. It's been over 7 years since the incident.
Right. And we have a secret weapon today. For last time we were with you, fine group of wonderful people.
I'm gonna let you talk because I want them to check out the man bun going on here.
I'm going in with my Mr. K's camouflage. That's camouflage with a K. The man bun
should blend right in,
which should give me license to use my phone all that I want.
A street cred of sorts.
And they will think that I am merely one of them checking my messages, brah. Chill.
License to ill.
Yeah, so, which, you know, I was talking about that earlier today, that, you know, I was glad I got to see the Beastie Boys back in 04 before, well...
Speaking of the Beastie Boys, the real point of this entire trip is the Criterion sale at Barnes & Noble, and last time I was there, if they haven't sold it, they have the Beastie Boys.
Yes, I have that on DVD. Yeah, the Criterion. I have the Criterion on DVD.
It's the DVD.
Yeah.
So
I think I got it here, actually.
That's why we're going here.
Yeah.
The main reason we're going here, and I have a stack of trades. I'm not going to go through them. It's a bunch of. Well, should I go through them?
You could maybe go through them.
Would that be interesting?
It's all direct.
Thumbs up if that would be interesting, like it's in real time.
Yeah, there they go. Everybody says it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
You see it? It's right there.
I mean, we don't have time. I'm sorry, guys. It is actually almost 7 o'clock, and we thought it was 5 o'clock.
I knew it was later. I just didn't want to get you freaked out, man.
Well, I'm freaked out now.
Well, I know. That's why I was trying to hide the truth from you.
I mean, thankfully, Barnes & Noble is open till, I believe, at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, 10, 11 o'clock. Maybe midnight.
It's these places, because after this, we're going to Second and Charles.
Second and Charles, which should be open until 9 or 10, I think. It's not like we don't have the fucking internet at our fingertips and we could check it and see.
I
mean,
something we would have done 8 years ago.
Yeah, now we're just flying by the seat of our pants. Yeah,
we're old now.
Yep,
we're of the 90s.
Bumbling our way through our excursion here. So my whole goal, though, is at Barnes and Noble, and that's why I'm kind of wanting to get there. Is
well, can I first tell you,
Repo Man on Blu-ray, the Criterion, because I'm still on the one you gave it to me, the license plate.
Yes, I did.
Yes, and I still have that. And the soundtrack CD has gone with me on all of my work trips, and it's served me well every time.
I'm glad to hear
I can always feel like a badass by putting that on and listening to the Plugs or the Circle Jerks.
But you now feel it's time for the Blu-ray upgrade.
Yeah, I want it, and
high definition.
Yeah, because that transfer was good for the DVD era, but I really want some more extras. But that had an excellent commentary on it.
I'm going to tell you this right now.
Okay.
And I think you know this, but you say you want this singular disc.
Yeah.
I'm going for Repo Man, but when you walk in the door,
I know.
And you look at all of the selections,
because
it's going to be hard for me.
I haven't been keeping up with the Criterion releases.
Right.
Because I haven't been able to afford them, so if you can't afford it,
Midnight Cowboy, The Graduate, Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, that one's going to be tough for me to pull
I'm definitely getting Silence of the Lambs. That's
because I had the old Criterion that was out of print of Silence of the Lambs, but I also had the counterpart, which was the standard Blu-ray. Well, actually, it was the Blu-ray combo pack from Costco. And eventually, times were tough enough that I went ahead and sold off a lot of my Criterions. But that was one of the first ones. That and RoboCop, because that one was, I don't believe that one was an anamorphic widescreen.
No.
And so, they were barely a little more than just kind of a curiosity at that point, because, there were higher quality sources and people weren't so hard for those two Criterion titles at that time.
Well, so... And I know we've been rambling here.
And that's okay.
Really, but in a, kind of an all over the place. But...
all-encompassing, if you will.
The real reason why we're here, and I've already said I've got trades, is because I came here last weekend. I was headed over here. OJ was... I don't know what you were doing, but...
I was enjoying... a working vacation. So
okay, yeah, that's right. You had the week of the 4th off.
Yeah, week of the 4th off, and I had a ton of shit to catch up on.
So I was solo, no video, and I was coming to town for the Barnes & Noble. I was coming for the sale, but I decided to swing by here first because I knew that they had the Adventures of Antoine Duanel box set, the Francois Truffaut, the 5 films. Which I've been eyeballing for like a decade.
Yeah.
And I was, I kept expecting a Blu-ray upgrade because they did release the 400 Blows on Blu-ray. It was one of the first Blu-rays that they released. And, but then suddenly I found out it went out of print a couple of months ago. So I came here hoping against hope that it was still here. It was still here. It was only $40. I nabbed it, and I also found another gem. I found A Brighter Summer Day on Blu-ray for $15.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, and it looked like it had not even been touched. I mean, I would say maybe somebody attempted to watch it, maybe watched it once, not even a hint of a fingerprint on it. So I was like, I'm coming to town for the sale at Barnes & Noble, but I'm getting all the awesome deals at Mr. K's.
Speaking of discs that don't play, I have a tangent to go off on I actually need to go off about this because it's pissed me off pretty bad. Okay, I had bought a used DVD copy of The Devil's Rejects when it first came out. When they first hit the previously viewed bins at the then plentiful video rental places. I actually picked it up at an Ingles. And about a year and a half ago, I said, you know what? I was at Walmart, and there was like the $8.99 bin or whatever they were a couple years ago for the budget Blu-ray titles. And I found
they got rid of that bin.
Devil's Rejects, and I was like, I'll upgrade. So I think I donated my Devil's Rejects DVD or gave it to somebody. Anyway, it's gone. But I decided a couple weeks ago, I want to watch Devil's Rejects. Hadn't seen it since I'd upgraded. Got the Blu-ray, popped it in the PlayStation 4, nothing. Put it in my other Blu-ray player, which is also a Sony, in the back, and nothing. Unreadable disc. So I call Lionsgate, specifically the customer service number for defective products. And they asked me when I bought it, and I said, I'm not really sure, but, I picked it up fairly recently. I'm sitting there going, I have a defective disc. What do you want me to do about it? And they said, well, we can't do anything about it if you don't have the receipt. Really? You can't fix an obviously defective from the manufacturer product, even though there's documented on the internet.
Well, I would think all you would have to do is mail in the disc.
Yes,
they can test it.
Yes,
and see.
Warner Brothers was still giving out replacements for some HD DVD discs that were fucked up at the pressing.
For how long?
Oh, up until a couple of years ago.
Wow.
Up until a couple of years ago.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, on HD DVD, no less. You could just call them, and they would send you the discs that you needed. There were certain, I think Battlestar Galactica had a couple of bad discs in it, and they knew it was there, and they just still had stock in. But yeah, that just really pissed me off. I just thought of that.
So you need a new copy of The Devil's Rejects.
Yeah, but I'm not going to trust the same release. I'm not going to trust the same release
My
again.
copy is fine.
Yeah,
My copy is fine. I think it's just your disc. I mean,
thought about finding a Walmart and just taking that one back.
well, look, if you can find a good deal here,
yeah,
they have a 10-day policy.
Second
they have they have a 10-day policy here.
That's very.
So you can bring it back.
Kind of
just
them.
Test it out. You know.
Yeah.
Well, let's head on in, man.
Let's go.
We hope to get some secret spy cam with your camera.
Yeah, we'll see. And,
but these guys.
We'll see how much of a pass the man bun gets me.
Now he's gonna be skipping around the store with your phone, looking at Amazon and scanning barcodes, and I'm gonna stay very, very far away from you. Because I don't want. Listen, it's taken a lot of years to get back into good graces with these people. You know?
You have to pay tribute every time you come in?
Actually,
okay, so you brought some trade-ins, and we are really, really low on time. So why don't you just go ahead and go through those trade-ins, just like...
Bring it over here.
Okay, yep.
Alice, Dudley Moore and Peter Sellers version.
Yeah.
Rob Roy, the DVD. Cabin in the Woods, DVD. Wonder Woman.
Oh, God. Here, hand me some. Oh, God.
We're losing them. We're losing.
Yep, they're going all over the place.
All right, I got a Van Wilder 2-disc set.
Yep, okay. Yep. All right,
Marley
Van Wilder.
Me,
Yep, Marley Me. Yep,
it's not even
dog
open.
on there. Wow, they're going to give it 15 cents for that. Okay.
Crap.
Yeah.
2-disc Casino Royale.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay.
Blades of Glory from Blockbuster.
Nice. They might give you... you might get 75 cents for that one. That's what I'm betting on.
It's got a residue of Blockbuster smell. Smell it.
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay,
oh, man. Yeah.
We got The Holiday. Not going to watch that anymore.
Nope. Who gives a shit? Even though it was the last...
Great movie. Got it on Blu-ray.
Yep.
Ice Cream Man and Jack Frost 2 double feature. I'm sure they'll take it.
Yep.
They got a good little
totally. Yep.
Marine tornado. I'm not going to watch this piece of crap again.
Nope. Who cares?
No
Bow Wow Wow does.
If you love the movie, it's
yeah,
okay.
it's a good movie, but yeah.
And of course, Galaxy Quest, great movie.
Yeah,
got on Blu-ray.
It is wonderful. Here, you take this, and I'll just take them back.
You hold the camera. I'm going to get the movies.
Okay.
It was all nice before.
This is all.
It's all fucked up.
Oh God, I think I'm losing the camera.
No, don't lose.
Okay, I'm not losing.
Don't.
No. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. All right, man. So, yeah, make sure they're all clipped together. You know they take 3 cents each off if they're not clipped together. They're not fully closed. They're not. Yep. There we go. Okay.
I'm very anal about this stuff, man.
Yeah, I know.
I can't help it. And
I know.
I had them in a certain order, and I had it nice in the bag.
Well, you had them optimized for trade-ins. Okay.
You made me do.
So, where would I find criterions?
Right here.
Right here. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Let me point something out here. This wasn't here last time. This was offloaded because I don't know if you know this, but they just announced this huge Bergman box set.
Really?
In honor of his 100th birthday later this year. And I believe it has 39 movies in it.
Wow.
I could be wrong about that, but I believe that's the case. I want to point something else out. 4 copies of Chasing Amy.
Yeah. 2 Benjamin Buttons.
Here's what... maybe it's down here. What are you looking for? No, here it is. This is on my list, okay. The American Friend.
Yes.
But they have 2 copies. That's not a good sign. Because what that means is that 2 separate people have offloaded this.
Yes. That is probably going to... either a strange coincidence, but in a town the size and type of audience that Greenville has, that's probably not a great sign.
But, and also they have the Decalogue, and this is the Blu-ray. Oh, yeah, this is the Blu-ray, and it's $40, which I do believe is cheaper than it would be at Barnes & Noble. It looks in perfect condition, so that's tempting, but I'm gonna hold off on it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
This is the old version.
That's the one I had, and I sold it for around that on eBay actually, about $5.
I've got a recommendation. I love this movie, but you got to get it on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
because it won Best Cinematography that year. That's not the reason why, but it's just beautiful.
Yeah, and it's a shame that we have to feel ashamed of when we watch a Polanski movie now. Damn that man for putting us in that position, right?
True that.
Yeah, I sold all. Remember that Iron Man 3 Steelbook thing that I had? For some reason, I was just thinking of that. I think it was seeing Iceman right there beside it.
I was just...
You know...
No,
that's a different Iceman. It's not about your serial killer that you look most like. Kuklinski. Life is a Dog. I still have my Last Temptation of Christ with the Blockbuster sticker on it. And you know, I actually, I liked these Essential Art House. I had a couple of them, like the Tales of Hoffman. I had that just because it was
upgraded to regular.
I had that Tales of Hoffman because it was George A. Romero's favorite movie, and God rest his soul.
I did not know that.
It was the movie that made him want to make movies.
So what do you think? Decalogue?
Yeah, I think that depends on how much you get in trade, doesn't
That's
it?
True.
Yeah.
The selection has expanded.
It
not
has.
Only the criterions, not only the toys, the retro gaming.
Yeah.
But the selection of movies is better. It's just better.
I'm very impressed. I remember when these shelves were not quite as numerous and definitely not as populated. You can.
Can I confess something?
You may. Yeah.
Something that I've never seen that will shock you.
I have a signed copy of that at home.
Never seen it.
It's actually really good, man. You'd enjoy it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I love Kevin Smith, but there's some of his movies that I really don't like.
I think you'd enjoy that one. I've always liked Dogma. And I've never upgraded to Blu-ray because I actually like that set, but with mine being signed too, I just keep that one.
That's a nice looking. What is that?
It's meant to look like the Bible on the inside.
Right.
Yeah.
I get that.
It's got a nice fold-out liner notes, so to speak, that are almost like a poster. If that's still got it in there.
I might just borrow yours.
Yeah.
I kind of have a feeling this will still be here.
Yes.
When I come back.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah. Oh, yeah, here's Man with Two Brains.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's $5. I got it at the Pick-a-Flick closing sale. That was one I came out with. But it wasn't Snapcase anymore. It had been converted. They had ripped it out, trimmed it down.
It'd be worth it just to get the Snapcase.
No, not really.
We're going to want these Snapcases.
Oh, I agree. And I'm keeping all the ones I have. But, you know, if I could, for a Criterion aficionado, it's kind of hard to pass up
For $3.
a $3.
But it's not in that original case.
No, it's not. But you know what? You've got a bunch of cases at home that it
It's
could
in a
go in.
Blockbuster case.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Mine didn't have an insert,
Not doing it.
and mine was in the original case. It had no insert.
You know, I got about a quarter wood on that one.
Got it semi.
Completely flaccid now.
Yeah.
Not what I was hoping for. Yeah, $12 in
Hold
trade.
on.
In trade.
Let's let that focus. There we go.
Nah, okay. $12 in trade. Not exactly. I don't know why they didn't want Marley and Me. Hell, they didn't even want Marie Antoinette. And listen,
Really?
I checked all these discs. They're in pristine condition.
Yeah.
They didn't want From Hell. They did not want Casino Royale. I was a little surprised about that. But
I could see Marley and Me because there's a lot of that on the shelf, but I mean, I didn't see any of the other ones. You just want a DVD of what we're surrounded by, basically.
God.
A virtual tour in stunning high definition. We live amongst those.
Listen, all joking aside, no joking, I almost picked this up a couple of times.
It should be very relaxing.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. A nice going to bed, and I would feel the call of my ancestors.
Yes. When did they come down from yond hills, anyway?
Well, we're all Scots, basically.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So we yearn for the mountains.
Bagpipes. Oh, well, I still like bagpipes.
Or we yearn for the free-flowing,
Whiskey, yeah.
no bunched up balls,
Oh, God, yeah, no, that'd be wonderful. I totally have. Well, I have a different version. My copy was just this picture blown up over the whole cover. But mine did have includes all new chapter, never before published in the U.S. But yeah, it's written by with Stephen Davis with one of their road managers. Actually, a pretty good book, man. I love Zeppelin.
Have you read this?
No, I haven't.
Do you have it?
No.
Get it. This is a nice hard cover edition. I guarantee you will not be bored. It's only $4. That is a steal. I'm jealous, actually.
I may take that to Canada with me. Sure.
An absolute, and to you guys out there, if you're looking for a film book that is an absolute blast to read, this right
Easy Riders and Raging Bulls by Peter Biskind. Ooh, That's pretty cool. It's
it
the book
looks-
out
is
of a DVD set. Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah, somebody split it up for extra trade credit, probably.
Yeah, sounds like-
KJ didn't want me to come down here and get lost in the comic books, but that's exactly what's happening. I mean, look, that's a pretty good deal right there. All covers signed. Can't use your trade credit on it, though. Have a pretty decent little selection there.
While you're thinking of that, can I point out that we're wearing nearly matching?
Yeah.
Yay! Hipster shoes! Hipster shoes! Woo!
Yeah, soon
Well, should we
I'm gonna
clicking
have
our
another pair
heels together?
soon. Yeah, we should be.
Folks. Okay, come on, camera. Okay, just block some more of that. There we go. Blocking that sky. Here's a little cinematography trick. Don't put the camera inside the car like we did,
Yeah.
with a big sky behind you, because it produces the darkened faces.
That you're
Instead,
seeing now.
isn't this much better? I mean, not my face, but the exposure level.
Yeah.
Just wanted you to know that we're not incompetent in the head, just in practice.
Yes. Well, you know, we're still getting used to the camera, man. I mean, it's only
Yeah.
the second thing we've shot. This is only the second time we've even been in each other's presence
In 2.5 years.
2.5 years. So it's the
That's right.
second time. I think we're doing fine.
I'm just
think
glad
you're analyzing
that
it.
me bent over like this, you're not directly behind me. That's the only thing that
Very
I'm glad.
consciously not going over there, yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
So we're going to head to Meki Danaka's and get a little refreshment.
There you go.
And then, are we going to Second and Charles, or are we going to skip that?
We're going to go briefly.
Briefly to the place that makes me super anxious because it has the same color scheme as Home Depot.
All right. So we are
And then
off.
after that, Barnes & Noble.
Yeah. After that, we are off to our next stop. Escape room things, man. That would be fucking fun.
Escape rooms?
Yeah, they put you into a room.
Oh,
You're,
yeah,
locked
yeah.
in. It's like the beginning of Saw,
Right.
or except you're in it, and I don't think they drug you
Yeah, it's worth trying.
or sexually assault you in any way. I don't think they do that, but I can't be sure. I haven't been to one yet.
Well, I'm sure you sign away your rights to everything when you go in.
Probably, yeah.
And like me, you don't read the fine print.
Yeah, you just wake up with a sore ass and nobody knows why.
And here we are at Second and Charles.
Yes,
Buy,
indeed.
sell, trade, books, games, tech, and more.
I have not been here in probably 2 years.
There's a lot of shit in here, but
Ashley
I
and
just don't.
came
I don't.
after it first opened.
There's something about it I don't like. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you go in and enjoy yourself while I feast on my cracked Donalds.
You
And
enjoy that crack Donald's.
I will, and I will join you on the inside, and then afterwards we will give the grand haul of both places.
I like it, man.
I haven't tried any of those games. This has always been one of the coolest parts of the
Really?
store.
Yeah, no, they didn't have this the last
You
time I
just
was
tell
here.
them the console, the game, they plug it in, you sit down, look at these,
I like that.
and you play away.
Yeah, I could actually build something like that at home for screening purposes.
Shoot, if you can build something like that, I will contract you to come to my house because we're actually turning the middle room, you know, the middle room?
Mm-hmm.
We're turning that into the media room.
Yeah, I can build something like that. If you'll
We've already
find the
pulled out the
chairs,
carpet.
like the actual panel or the seating part of it,
The only thing I would
We can
change would
build
be
the rest
cup
of this.
holders, cup
Yeah.
holders. But I love this metallic.
yeah, I can do this. I can make these.
Let me try the comfort on this actually.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love the way
If
that-
you want a sheet metal chair, I can make you one.
It's not bad. This digs in a little bit.
Yeah, you probably want like a full back.
We don't have time for you to go through the comments.
No, we don't.
But the toys.
Hey, look, there's a Clerks in action figure, Randall.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I could always go for anything Alien or Aliens.
yeah.
Or-
It's 25.
Halloween.
Oh yeah, Halloween's good. Yeah.
Anything like that.
You know, I know we don't like these, but that one you got to admit that Beetlejuice door is pretty funny.
Look at this.
You can make
Freddy
your own
versus-
Freddy versus
yeah.
Jason ice cubes.
Not well. I think the hockey mask might show up pretty good.
Yeah, probably. The
don't know
claws
about
aren't
the,
going to do
yeah.
too well, though.
I have some Han Solo and Carbonite.
Hey, look, they have a Trump troll. Is that an ear necklace?
Well, I was hoping it was Spock ears.
Hey, you know what that would have been perfect for?
I saw 4 Spock ears. And I was like, wow, we can both put on Spock ears.
They released one piece of merchandise for the movie Universal Soldier, and it was a prop replica of Dolph Lundgren's ear necklace. I'm totally BSing on that. It didn't exist.
I was not completely convinced. I am gullible.
Black Crows, 3 Snakes, 1 Charm. That's not a bad album.
Right over here are the soundtracks.
Three Dog Night, Live at the Forum. The Police, Every Breath You Take, the singles.
If you're a fan of 90s music,
you might want this Sugar Ray album, which I don't, because unfortunately, I saw them live once. It was one of the worst experiences of my life.
I would think you would be interested in this.
Yeah,
Like 90s music.
I do. That's early 90s, but yeah, that was a good movie. God, I haven't seen that in forever. There you go.
And let's see.
Animal House has a great soundtrack.
Oh,
Ween. Live in Toronto by Dean and Gene
What's
Ween.
it doing in the soundtrack?
I don't know, but it's got Waving My Dick in the Wind. That's one of our favorite songs.
Is it?
It
our
is.
Song?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it our
because
song?
when we're trying to find camera setups,
remember this
sometimes we're
movie?
just like waving our dicks with Free Jack.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
I saw that in the theater, dude. I was suffering for science fiction.
Oh yeah, that was
Please.
not a good time and yeah, it totally didn't deliver.
Yeah. Kids coming of age today.
Yeah.
You've got it pretty good.
Yeah,
it comes
you do.
to sci-fi action.
Yeah, you used to be pretty hard to do convincingly. Yeah. Oh, if you're dying for your '90s fix, there you go, sir.
No,
The
thank
X Games.
I think, yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, nothing can beat this as far as 90s. Nothing.
The net.
I throw down the gauntlet here.
$5.94. The net.
This is dropping the mic. This,
That's just the music composed, but that's the score for that movie.
Score for the net.
Why would somebody pay $6 for
Dare you
that?
to do better.
I can't.
Hey, we're
I
just
can't.
talking about the Lethal Weapon series.
Yes. I think that has like one Eric Clapton song on it.
Are you sure it was that one?
No, it was 2 that had the. Nope. It's probably me and Runaway Train both.
Huh.
Well, Runaway Train is Elton John and Eric Clapton.
Oh man, I loved this movie back in the day.
Oh yeah, it was a good movie.
And I had the soundtrack because it had Soul Asylum, Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Yeah.
Which I think in the Spin Doctors they were the ones that had the big hit.
Yeah. Which one was on that? Was it Two Princes or
Let's see. They have a kind of
Spin Doctors with Two Princes?
Yeah. And then there
That's
she goes.
What I said now.
There she goes.
Oh yeah.
There she goes.
There she goes again.
A lot of good 90s hits.
Yeah,
on there, so if
that actually did have a good
pining for
soundtrack.
the 90s.
Another 90s,
Late 90s.
Late 90s. I saw this in the theater at like noon one day. We used to skip
Green Day.
class in our senior year and just go about once a month, see a movie at like noon. Monster Magnet was on there, doing Kick Out the Jams. I love Monster Magnet. Their new album's called Mindfucker. Can you imagine going into a store? Hey,
This day and age.
can yeah, I'm looking
have
for
Mind
Monster Magnet's Mindfucker.
Do you have Mind Flubber?
Hey, so we are out of. Not only are we out of Mr. K's, we are also out of.
Second and Charles.
Yes, out of Second Charles. Fresh out of Second and Charles. Now, Mr. K's was. Well, how'd you feel about how you got did? How you were done?
I was done a little dirty, in my opinion. They only took half of my DVDs, which was about 6 or 7, but they only gave me $12 in trade. And trade, mind you, is twice what cash would be.
So do you feel like they used Vaseline or they did not use Vaseline? I think maybe a little Vaseline.
I mean, if you look at it, I got about $1. I got about $2 per movie.
Per movie, yeah.
Which is
it's
that's not bad.
Terrible,
that's not bad. You know, at the time I was looking at that Decalogue set.
Yeah.
And it was $40, and for some foolish reason, my idea of what I was going to get skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Based on that price when it shouldn't have. You know, I should have been expecting somewhere between $15 and $20.
Yeah.
And that's what I got. But thankfully they had quite a few gems in there.
Yeah.
One of which you found for me. So let's start with the movies.
Yeah.
I picked up, can you see this?
Yes, very well.
All right, this is a double feature, Practical Magic and The Witches of Eastwick. I'm getting it for The Witches of Eastwick. I only have the DVD, so I'm upgrading the Blu-ray. I don't give a care about Practical Magic. So that's that. This is what you found for me at the bottom.
Yeah, the bargains.
Still sealed in the plastic.
Yeah.
Again, I don't have the Blu-ray of this, the South Park movie. Great.
Bigger,
both
longer,
of those,
and uncut.
Yeah, both of those were $3, by the way. Then we headed to the movie books, because I have a movie book collection. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys.
They have a movie book section.
Yeah, and they have a movie book section, and I've been thinking, like, just in the past week, that I want to get back into collecting movie books. So I picked this up, Celluloid Mavericks, A History of American Independent Film. Now, this was published in 2000, so right at the tail end of the whole 90s.
Gritty 90s.
Yeah, the 90s independent scene that kicked off with Tarantino and Rodriguez and Kevin Smith. So, I imagine this
it's a used textbook, actually.
Yeah, you just clued me into that.
Yeah.
This is a used textbook.
Yeah, because there on the side you've got used book from University Book and Supply Store.
Yeah.
So yeah,
pretty cool. So
somebody had a pretty cool class at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely going to check. Now this was probably the coolest find.
Yeah, I agree. This is
in Mr. Case for me. This is apparently a series of which I have none of the books. So, Anatomy of an Actor, and it's Jack Nicholson.
Yep.
And I don't know anything about this particular series.
You got a great deal on it though, because it was $6 and it's still new in the wrap, and there's all your prices. For whatever nation you are in, that's what that book would have cost you.
45 here in the States.
Yeah.
And I got it for $6. Still in the wrap. So you guys let me know if you're familiar with this series, if you're familiar, do they have, do they have other books in the series? I haven't looked at anything related.
Yeah, we
to
haven't
this.
even looked us up on the internet.
But, are there other ones that you would recommend? I don't know if I want to go down the rabbit hole. I just happened to find this for $6.
Yeah, especially if you start having to pay cover price if the addiction goes that far.
I had just been thinking about Jack Nicholson, like, in the past week, because, I was...
Yeah,
I've been missing him.
How's he been doing?
Semi-retired.
I have heard on, in the goss that he is still doing a lot, mostly... like hookers and blow kind of, but hey, if that's what he's wanted to do it, how old Jack Nicholson now? Like 80? I think he's cracked 80. But hey, if he's still doing a lot of coke and doing other stuff, then hey, more power to him, because if I'm that age and healthy enough to survive it, sure, why not?
I thought you were going to commit suicide at 65.
Nah, I'm going to ride it till the bitter end, man. I'm going to ride it all out. It doesn't, we'll just see how it goes.
Well, your attitude has changed, and, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You've grown as a human being.
Yeah, well, when you're having to deal with, people that are trying to murder you, and they're in their 70s, and they think it's 1957, and they're still in Korea, or 56. But anyway, yeah.
Is that what was influencing?
That's kind of what was influencing. I didn't want to grow old like that. But now, if I'm, as long as they drug me up good.
Oh, did I just show that?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yep, you did. Go ahead and do your second and Charles part.
Second and Charles.
Yeah, what'd you get at Second and Charles?
Second and Charles, I came out with one thing, guys, and I wasn't expecting to get anything in there. I was expecting just to kind of stroll around and let OJ look. And so I just headed for the bargain Blu-ray. By the way, everything in there is overpriced. I'm not trying to bitch about the place. Actually, the place is about 3 times the size of Mr. K's, and it's chock full of a lot of really cool stuff. So I don't not recommend it. I totally recommend it. If you're in Greenville, you should hit it up. It's just often not my cup of tea, and a lot of that has to do with the prices. But I was looking through the bargain Blu-ray section, and it said movies starting at $3, but none of them were starting at $3. And I was intentionally picking up things like Alien versus Predator.
You wanted to find the one $3.
Yeah, after I picked up Alien versus Predator and forgetting Sarah Marshall and saw that it was all $9, I said forget it. But then I happened upon probably, I would say, in the top 5 gems of all of our Blu-ray hunting, this has to be in the top 5.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was in the bargain section.
Hey, it shouldn't have been there. They admitted that.
Yeah. But it was the Twilight Time Blu-ray release of Crimes and Misdemeanors.
Yeah, that's...
limited edition.
How many do you think they made of those? 3?
I think they made like 3,000, maybe. Still has the booklet in it. It's like new condition.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous copy.
And it was $12.25.
Yeah, let's see if we can get in there. But yeah, it was definitely $12.25, and it's just not yet that small. Yeah, it's just too small. Yeah.
But you know, I was thrilled. I didn't think I was ever gonna see Crimes and Misdemeanors on Blu-ray. I thought I was just going to have my DVD.
Yeah.
And this was just never going to happen again. So.
Well, you know, hey, when you keep your expectations low and then things happen.
Keep your expectations at nothing.
Yeah, you'll never be disappointed. All right, so.
Time for your haul.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's time for OJ's haul from Mr. K's.
Yeah, so I went into Mr. K's with my Mr. K camouflage and the camera, and they didn't say a freaking word.
He went all over the store. I
rolled the entire time.
You must. We're running out of battery juice.
Yeah.
We just ran out of
memory
16.
Card.
No, what was that? A 32 gigabyte?
32.
32 gigabytes of fucking in-store footage.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. I'll have to bleep that out.
Yeah. Well, you know, that was there and in Second and Charles too. So, but here's what I got at Mr. K's. Now, you showed a couple that I insisted that you get in the bargains, and these were the 2. These are in a genre I like to call exceptional / persecuted kid goes off on journey into the woods / adventure with a grown man. Both of these are in that genre of movie.
That's a great way to put it.
Well, you know, it's
fantastic.
True, and mud.
Kind of a coming of age, you know.
Why'd you have to say it like that? But
God.
Yeah, both of them have slip covers, and this one's in good shape. This one's might be serviceable.
They were both $3.
$3 a piece.
He doesn't have them. I insisted.
Yeah,
they're both great
movies.
Both.
They are both great movies. Okay, so on the other stuff found front, we have a 2-pack of Blackula and Scream Blackula Scream.
I had to insist that you get this.
Yeah,
because you were going to put it back, but then I was like,
it's only $5.
Okay, it's only $5. Yeah,
and you know, you hardly ever see this in the wild anyway. I know you can go online, you can find friggin' anything in 5 minutes, but finding that out and about, I mean, it's just great, and that's a great party to go on a Halloween or a Friday the 13th, which we just had the other day. So, you know, yeah, I love to keep shit like that around. All right, and then my gem of the day so far was this.
Absolutely.
Criterion Time Bandits. It is the DVD. It was $8 though, and I have never seen this movie. I have been looking for it forever, and I finally found
that
deal
movie
on it.
Scared me to death when I was a kid.
You know, I mean, it may be one of those things when half the way through it, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, I did see this when I was like 6 or something. But I really don't think I've ever seen it. And I've been saving for when I can like kick back, relax the way I need to relax, and
we all know what that means.
And then...
Well, that didn't come out like I was intending.
That's okay. We'll let it roll. We'll let it roll this time,
let it
man.
roll.
Just let it roll this time.
Oh,
okay.
God.
Now, this was another thing you insisted.
This was upon my insistence and recommendation.
All right.
And I'm
Easy Riders, Raging Bull by Peter Biskind. It's how the sex, drugs, rock and roll generation saved Hollywood. And there's some great pictures in here as I was thumbing through it. You know, there's...
if you love American movies
70s.
from the 70s,
yeah,
then you'll love this book. I'm actually jealous because it was only $3. It's the hardback.
Yep, it's a hardcover.
In decent condition. I have the paperback, and so I was actually a little jealous.
There's Scorsese with Sybil Shepherd of the 70s, and you still can't not be awestruck. But I mean,
you're always waxing on about Sybil Shepherd.
70s Sybil Shepherd, I'll say.
70s
but you know what
Margot
nobody
Kidder.
expects?
No, we don't.
The
expect
Spanish
this.
Inquisition. Yeah, I found this. I was pretty happy to find this.
Yeah,
they had two copies. One was about that big.
Yeah.
Right, and paperback. It was $3. This one was $6.
Focus.
For this nice, giant, huge, impressive hardback of Python, everything. The Pythons, an autobiography by the Pythons themselves, as autobiography would suggest. I'm sure they had some help. But, you know, I've always been a pretty huge Python fan. And the other one was After Spamalot, so it even had the... From the guys that brought you Spamalot on the side. And this is just going to be really nice on the bookshelf or wherever the fuck I decide to put it. And I thought I did pretty good there.
You did fantastic.
Also,
you going to Second and Charles now?
From Mr.
Right, from
K's.
Mr. K's, yes.
From the $3 bin, there was a halfway decent copy of Spider-Man 170. I'm trying to do all 700 eventually. That's kind of a lifelong goal. So, yeah, for $3, it's not a bad pickup. Now, from Second and Charles, I came out of there a little light. Only two things. I'll start off on the comic book side. I'm slowly picking these up. I had 1 through 12 from when I was a kid. Now those are like big dollar books. But I'm picking up all the random issues throughout the whole run. And they had some pretty cool cover art, a lot of cool stories, a lot of things that they had to make up in between the first movie and Empire. They had, because, you know, they were going as the movies went along, so they kind of had to make up stories, but they would kind of get some guidance back from Lucas, but yeah, a lot of it's just like weird one-offs and stuff like that that's not actually canon. But the other thing that I ended up coming out of there with, this was $5. Dance of the Dead from the Masters of Horror series, one of the few that I didn't have.
Didn't know you picked that up.
Yes, and
very nice.
Yeah.
I remember you collecting those back in the day.
I still have all of them. And this is just one that I don't have. So, yeah, for $5, I figured why not. But I was kind of with you on the fact that some of their stuff's overpriced, but I did see a few things that wasn't too bad.
There are some gems. I mean, obviously I found my gem, but I mean, there are gems in there. It's just you really have to dig.
You do. You do. You'd have to really, to come out and get some good deals, you'd have to be in there for a couple of hours.
Which I couldn't. I'd have a full-blown panic attack.
And then, you know, they're open till 11 on Fridays now. Friday and Saturday, they said.
I think just through the summer, though.
Yeah, I think so. But still, I mean, you know, that's pretty good. I mean, you could go in there and hang out for a pretty good while in that place if, you know, it weren't for the fluorescent lighting and the really bad music taste.
Yeah, I can't deal with the fluorescent lighting. I've got about 15 to 20 minutes in me before I start getting the sweats.
But you know, my curious thing about your pickup is,
yeah,
I think that was kind of...
Are we really going to go into that conspiracy?
Yeah, and maybe it was just a, let's get Woody Allen out of this store. Maybe somebody just went, you know what, screw that dude, and they took something they could have made some money on.
We rolled through about 3 different conspiracies, and we settled on this one because there was also a copy of Annie Hall, which is not a limited release.
No, those are everywhere.
But it was in there.
Yeah.
And it was priced to go.
Yeah.
And, you know, when it's priced at the same price as Alien versus Predator, it's a little suspect.
Yeah, because those are never on the same price plane. But, you know, it seems like maybe somebody just decided to get a little bit of revenge there, or, you know, do their part.
And we don't feel comfortable having Woody Allen films in our store. Yeah, that's their prerogative. They can do that.
You know, as far as all the weird shit, I just try to enjoy the movie, man.
Yeah.
Let's take all the periphery sometimes and leave it alone.
Sometimes it can be a bit extreme. I mean, I could understand if they wanted to get rid of the Weinstein collection.
Yeah.
You know, that's an extreme situation.
Yes. Yeah.
But let's not get into those politics.
No, we're not getting into it. And it's just a shitty thing that we have to feel these feels about some movies now, because people can't keep dicks in pants. I mean, what else can you say? But yeah, all because people can't keep dicks in pants. Keep the dick in the pants, okay? Just keep it there until it's time to get it out. And that's usually pretty clear cut.
Speaking of,
if you have a doubt of should I get my dick out or not, you should probably not, right?
Right, but speaking of that, specifically,
if you gotta wonder, keep it under.
All right, just enough with the, you know, I'm trying to segue into glorious Barnes & Noble, where we will finally get to go and check out our, you know,
our luck on the Criterion.
Okay, denizens, so that'll do her for part 1 of this epic journey throughout Greenville for deals and steals of the optical disc and paper book variety. I'm Crazy Jason.
And I'm the other Jason.
And we'll see you next time on Kakalaki Movie Madness, baby. Ooh.